Guys, I just want to talk through this session. So again, all these are basically like Emmett Dunleavy does really good versions of these. So this is from the Iona Badgers. So it's an NCAA team in America. Iona are very good at cross country. So this is one of their kind of famous sessions that they do. So we can do, it's called a Badger cut down because they're called the Iona Badgers. Okay, so again, depending on your levels of fitness, will depend on how much of this you're doing. Hopefully, if it's at your zones, it should be appropriate. So generally, it's between like 10 and 14 minutes at zone 3. You always have 2 minutes recovery between each of these. Then you do 6 to 8 minutes at zone 4. And then you can do up to 6 minutes of 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And those 1 minute ons, so everyone's getting progressively quicker. So yeah, zone 3 is that kind of, we do it off our lactic threshold tests. Again, if you haven't got one of them, I really recommend it. Have your heart rate monitor, best way for you to do it. So, but it's basically, we call it marathon pace. So I'm just going to let this go. So this is me doing the first bit of it. See, it's nice and controlled, nice and steady. And that was the first little bit, the 10 by 14 minutes at zone 3. So I do that, keep going. Again, with aerobic heart rates, what you want to do is make sure that you're not sprinting to get up there. If it takes 5 minutes to get into zone 3, that's perfect. You've got 10 minutes or you got 14 minutes of this. You don't want to be like pushing this so hard to get up there and then have to come back down. You want to kind of just gradually get up into maybe the lower end of the zone for the first, say, first 7 minutes, and then if you start getting to the higher end of zone 3, you've got to slow down. Okay, so you can't go above zone 3 in this session. Then we've got 6 to 8 minutes at zone 4, which is threshold. So that's lactic threshold pace. Again, depending on your level of fitness. It doesn't even look that much, but again, it'll take 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes to get up into that zone. It's probably easier to get into that heart rate zone because you've done the zone 3, the 2 minutes. And it's just a little bit faster than your zone 3 pace. Use the heart rate monitor again to judge your lactic threshold. We're doing 8 minutes of this. So it's a really good way of building through the different zones. So we get zone 3, we get zone 4. And then here we can see we're doing like 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Now, depending on the time of the season, will determine how you're going to do your 1 minute off. If it's very early and you want to kind of build more aerobic fitness, you'll do the 1 minute slower, say. You'll do the 1 minute slower so that you can keep the 1 minute off steady. If you want to get more speed, you'll do the 1 minute faster and you'll go very easy on the 1 minute. So again, if it's further on into the season and you have a good bit of aerobic base done, I'd probably do the minutes faster with slower recovery. If it's earlier on the season and you're more of a building your base, I would do the 1 minute slower that are on just to keep the 1 minute off a bit steadier. I generally aim for about 10k pace, so marathon pace, kind of like your lactic thresholds, like half marathon or a little bit faster than that, and then we're down to like 10k pace for the minutes on. So it's just a good way of, those minutes on are just a good way of getting the legs turning, and then we can see that's the kind of jog here afterwards. You know, it's time to recover. It's 1 minute of an easy jog. So that's the general session that we have in our 10 minutes to 14 minutes. Then you can see here our 6 to 8 minutes in zone 4. And then we're picking it up for our minutes on. And we're having 1 minute easy, 1 minute easy after. So we're getting the aerobic base built. We're finding that with our lactic threshold. And then we're just getting the legs turning at the end. And it's a nice way to kind of move through the different gears while still building aerobic fitness. Okay, hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know how it goes.